What's going on, everyone? It's Abdallah here, bringing you guys the Nintendo Switch 2 predictions video. What's going to be happening in the world of Nintendo Switch 2? We're going to find out, and in this video, I'm going to tell you the reasons why I'm personally worried and cautiously optimistic about all the hype behind the brand new system that may or may not be as good as everyone's making it out to be. So, outside of detachable Joy-Con controllers and a little C button right over this way, a wider kickstand all the way across, what exactly is so good about the brand new Nintendo Switch 2 that's going to make it so much worth the hype that everyone's been hyping it about? Anyway, stay tuned. We're going to be in for a wild ride over here. Thank you so much for watching. And of course, if you didn't already know, Nintendo Switch is going to be giving us a Nintendo Switch 2 Direct, right? This is going to be where we're going to be reacting personally, watching it, talking about it, really jumping in and analyzing every detail that we want to do that. So if you guys aren't already subscribed to the channel, make sure you guys do so. Head on over, Abdallah Smash, you clicked on this video, so hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications. Right over here is where our notify me button is, where we're going to be reacting to this live in the morning, and we're going to be spending a lot of time talking about this. I want to be hyped for it, but at the same time, I know there's a part of me on the inside knows that I'm going to be disappointed in it. And let's talk about the reason why. So first off, I feel that this entire thing is really it's not as hype as what we got before, right? Let's take a look. So the Nintendo Switch 2 is boasting that it is going to be, like, I would say 20% larger than the Nintendo Switch. I mean, this is kind of a side-by-side of it. The screen is going to be bigger, about 2 inches bigger. The Joy-Con controllers are going to be a little bit bigger. And I guess that's really the main sell point. That's all the information that we have right now. The kickstand is going to be going all the way across the back right over this way. It is able to extend all the way down. The Joy-Con controllers are a lot bigger, so they can actually snap out. Instead of sliding in, they're going to snap in place right over this way. So people that were kind of worried about them snapping off, I mean, maybe it's a possibility. I don't know. These surface level hardware changes really aren't that big of a sell. It really isn't. You are getting a slightly bigger one, and the Joy-Cons work differently. Okay, there's a little C button right over this way, but there's really not much else. Outside of this functionality seems pretty cool, utilizing the detachable Joy-Con controllers in a way that you can maybe point and click, maybe do some web browsing, maybe do some first-person shooter games like Splatoon. That could really benefit from it. So I'm excited to see what that's all about. But honestly, when it comes down to it, this is such a bare bones trailer. We didn't get any information that we really needed, right? What's the price point? What are the games going to look like? What's the difference between the two? Is this going to be faster load times? Is this just like a side grade? They did show that there's going to be a Mario Kart. They showed that there's going to be a new dock, but that's how you're going to connect to your TV anyway. Nothing. This is such a big nothing burger of a trailer. And so when this trailer came out, I was legitimately upset because a majority of the trailer was just, here's what the hardware looks like. And then now it says you can play the exclusive games. There's Nintendo Switch 2 exclusive games as well as Nintendo Switch games. So it's backwards compatible, and it confirms that there's going to be exclusive games for Nintendo Switch 2. Now, those of you guys that have been in the entire Nintendo scene for the past 10, 15 years, you've seen this before. We've 100% seen this before, and we've seen it with the new Nintendo 3DS. I'll go ahead and mute this just so that we can see exactly what I'm talking about. If you guys weren't around exactly 10 years ago when this trailer launched, the first look at the new Nintendo 3DS, then allow me to school you. We're going to take a quick history lesson. This was the Nintendo 3DS. It was its successor. Consider it the brand new one. Right off the bat, we're going to see the differences between the old one and the new one right over here. Face tracking, it's already telling you about, right? Face tracking 3D. It has built-in NFC amiibo support 10 years ago when amiibo were great. Improved internet surfing capabilities, faster download speeds, faster processing power. They do a side-by-side boot-up screen. That's number 6. That's 6 things that it does differently, all within a minute. Have you seen it? Right? And we get a release date. That's at least 7 things that we get for this. Now, If you understand how Nintendo works, they do iterations, they do multiple iterations of the same thing, and they improve upon it every single iteration. So this was the Nintendo 3DS family, not including the original Nintendo 3DS. I'm sure that some of you guys have it. I have one. So it went from Nintendo 3DS. People didn't like the 3D, so they came out with the Nintendo 2DS. Then they came out with the Nintendo 2DS XL, a bigger version of it. Then they came out with the new Nintendo 3DS XL, and that was exactly what this trailer was right over here. The trailer that showcased all the things that are new about it. Now, that is the exact same concept of your Nintendo Switch that we all have right now getting replaced with the new Nintendo Switch. But instead of naming it new, they called it Nintendo Switch 2. We've seen this happen. Now, you may be wondering, hey, Abdallah, why are you so cynical? Why are you so, not hype about this? This is exciting for you. Here's the thing, friends. If we take a look at the history of what happened after February 14th when this game came out, or February 13th of, 10 years ago, right? This is going to be talking about all of the new things that they promised. They said it's going to be a new Nintendo 3DS, it's going to have new games for you to play, and you can play all your older games with better graphics. And that's what we got, but we didn't get a lot. And that's the thing. So if we go over here to a Reddit post, this was actually a really nice compiled one. So shout out to the r/3ds team. I'm going to zoom in a little bit for you over here just to show you guys. When it comes to exclusive games on the Nintendo 3DS, I remember personally wanting to buy Xenoblade Chronicles, this one right over here. I wanted to buy this, and so I did, so I can play it on the new Nintendo 3DS. Now, if you take a look at all of the other titles over here, there wasn't a lot of support for the new Nintendo 3DS at all, right? At all. Fire Emblem Warriors, okay, I recognize that game. That's a big game for sure. Xenoblade Chronicles, that's first party with Monolith Soft. Binding of Isaac, okay. Wind Up Night 2, Runbow Pocket, Futuridom, EP Deluxe, Block Form, Pixel Hunter, Life Speed. The rest is all third-party stuff that no one really cared about. A total of 14 exclusive titles. You call that a good launch for a brand new piece of hardware? Okay, definitely not. Enhanced games. Ooh, games that run a little bit quicker, but it's the same game. All right, great, faster load times. I love the fact that there's a C-Stick support. That's part of the hardware. That's great. Love that. Super Smash Bros. Got better performance. Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate did. Monster Hunter Generations did. Ace Combat, Codename Steam, Hyrule Warriors, Shantae, a whole bunch of other games, as you can see over here, that got the treatment of improved load times, better models, more frames per second, all of that stuff. But if you look at this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Approximately 12 games in the entire library of the Nintendo Sys that got boosted graphics. And only 14 games, not too many first-party games, got the good Nintendo 3DS exclusive treatment, right? So now you fast forward over here to this Nintendo Switch 2, and the only thing that they showcased right over this way is a brand new Mario Kart game. I'm holding my reservations because if you're going to have a system that is going to be successful, you're going to need a lot more than 14 exclusive titles, 2 of them being popular, right? And the rest shovelware on the Nintendo eShop that no one really cared about. You're going to need a lot more support from third party and a lot more support from Nintendo first party as well. So if you look at Nintendo's entire calendar, right? If you take a look at their entire calendar, we haven't been fed in like a year to almost 2 years as far as Nintendo Switch first party titles go. Sure, we got Mario and Luigi Brothership. Sure, we got Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom. But when you take a look at it, the majority of all of the games that came out were remakes and remasters of things. Xenoblade, remade of a Wii U game. We had Paper Mario, remade of a GameCube game. there was a whole bunch of remakes for the last entire year for everything. So yes, we've been starved, but they've been working behind the scenes to hopefully make some exclusives for the system. They need to sell the exclusives in order to convince you, who already owns a Nintendo Switch, or 2 or 3 of them for your family, to upgrade to the Nintendo Switch 2, right? You have to be able to do so with that. So that's kind of where we're at, man. I'm very worried that it's going to be cool at first, right? Like we saw with the new Nintendo 3DS. But of course, we've got hindsight on our side right over this way that says, hey, we only got 14 exclusive titles on the new Nintendo 3DS. What the heck, man? I spent $200 on that. So anyway, it's the exact same thing. It is literally Nintendo repeating history from 10 years ago. You had the original base model Nintendo Switch right over here, and then for $200, you can get the Nintendo Switch Lite version. Ooh, that's great, right? The equivalent of the 2DS. Then you can go over here and spend $50 more for the OLED model, which some of you guys did. I mean, that was not really that great of a sell, right? That wasn't such a brand new family of system. So now that we take a look at all of these and the price points, it's interesting to look at. I feel that the Nintendo Switch 2 is going to be at a price point that's just about higher than the $349, because it doesn't make sense if $349 is the MSRP retail price for an OLED model Nintendo Switch. This thing has to be more expensive than that. So I'm going to go out on a limb saying that it's going to be $399. $399 is going to be my prediction for the price point for the Nintendo Switch 2. It's going to be added to this website. Here's another brand new family of systems. I don't think that it's going to be this brand new system that everyone's making it out to be. I think it's going to be a slight upgrade with a little bit better processing power and, I don't know, different functionality to support all of these new exclusive games, right? That's kind of where I'm at, man. That's exactly where I'm at on this Nintendo Switch 2. Of course, they're going to give us the reasonings why, you know, these little Joy-Con controllers look like mice. Okay, great. They're going to show it off in the next trailer over this way. But like, honestly, the only thing that we really want right now is we want a showcase of what games are there going to be? Why should I spend an additional almost $400 on a brand new piece of hardware when I've already got burnt when you did this to me 10 years ago with the new Nintendo 3DS XL? And you put out a small handful of games and a small handful of upgrades. There is no point in buying that at all. So this is kind of where I stand. And that's why I'm cautiously optimistic. I'm borderline worried that it's not going to convince us with what we want it to convince us with. So, of course, they're going to say that the release date is going to be in 2025. Right over this way, let's see. Yeah. They just show the year, 2025. They could have given us a release date. So we're going to get a release date for this, probably summer. I think like summer, like May, June, July would be really good. That way they can gear up for the upcoming holiday season and do a huge push for the upcoming holidays. And we're going to be able to find out what games are going to run on the Nintendo Switch 2 at a better frame rate. And I can only imagine that Pokemon Legends Z to A is going to be that specific title. And we do have confirmation that Mario Kart's going to be some sort of exclusive. Maybe it's going to run backwards compatible between both of these. Or maybe there's going to be features on Mario Kart, the new Mario Kart on the Switch 2, that are exclusive to it versus having it available for the regular Nintendo Switch. So anyway, friends, that's my thoughts. That's my thoughts, my overall thoughts. I'm cautiously optimistic, borderline worried that it's not going to be what we want it to be, right? Like that's the thing, man. And when we take a look at things, it's just, there's just a lot of hype. There's a lot of hype for such a brand new console, but where was that hype when the OLED model came out for $50 more? Did you really buy that? Did you really get that just so you had a brighter screen and slightly better audio? Dude, that makes no sense if you're just playing in TV mode the entire time. That's kind of my thoughts. That's my sentiments over Nintendo Switch 2. And trust me, I want to be wrong. I want to be wrong so bad. I want to be blown away by this upcoming Nintendo Direct. Trust me, I do. More than anyone, I do. I've been in this game for so long, and I've seen the comes and goes, and I've seen all of the history that Nintendo repeats over here. So, that being said, man, what do you think? What do you think? Do you think that a detachable Joy-Con controller from the side is worth it? Do you think that a bigger kickstand is worth your $400, or a little C button right over here that does something different? What's the deal? Like, what's the big deal? Are you really excited about having the mouse functionality? I don't know. Like, prove to me that this is worth my hard-earned $400 so that we can play these new games. If it's just a brand new Mario Kart, I guess that's cool. But like, I want to see like a new Mario Galaxy or a new Mario Sunshine or like something brand new, like a new Mario IP outside of Mario Kart. And that's honestly what's really going to sell the system. You need third-party support, like big time, and not just ports or remasters. You really need to make a splash, especially because honestly, like I play my PlayStation 5 a lot more than I do my Nintendo Switch recently because Monster Hunter Wilds came out and there's a lot more games on it that are way, way cooler than this remake of a 5-year-old game. So I'm really hoping that, of course, we could jump in with these brand new games and things that they're going to announce. And I'm really hoping that they just jump in and knock it out of the park. Like, seriously, Nintendo, make it happen. So right now, when it comes down to it, we do have, again, we do have our reactions video. So head on over to AbdallahSmash.com, go over to my reactions live stream, check it out. And this is going to be really, really fun to look back on it after the live stream. I think it's going to be so much fun because I want to be wrong so bad. If you take a look at these thumbnails right over this way, this thumbnail literally says it all. What just happened with the Nintendo Direct? So yeah. Go watch that if you guys are interested. But that's going to be it for me today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed my insight. I hope you guys understand where I'm coming from with getting burnt previously 10 years ago by buying a brand new Nintendo 3DS XL, only to find out that there weren't any more brand new exclusive games, and it was literally discontinued because they were pushing Nintendo Switch. So anyway, that's how I feel. All right, guys, let me know your thoughts below. Put your replies, your comments, your predictions, so that we can go back on this video and look at all of our comments after the fact. That's going to be so, so cool. Anyway, you guys are great, and I will see you tomorrow morning when we react to the Nintendo Switch Direct.